Have you ever been in a room with family or friends and you notice a particular kind of quiet? It's not a peaceful quiet. It's not the comfortable silence of people who know each other so well that words aren't needed. It's the quiet of people sitting together, each looking down at something different on their own small screen. The only sound might be the hum of the refrigerator or faint audio leaking from someone's earbuds. You're all in the same space, breathing the same air, but you're not really together. Each of you is somewhere else entirely, your thumbs moving in that endless hypnotic swipe, up, up, up. And you might look up from your own screen for a moment, see these familiar faces, and think, what world are they in right now? And why does it feel so far from mine? This feeling points to something happening in our lives that's so common we barely notice it anymore. It's an experience that's been given a name, and it's a helpful one to know. The idea is called an information silo. Imagine a real silo on a farm for a moment. It's a tall, windowless tower used to store one single type of grain, just corn or just wheat. Nothing else gets in. Now imagine that without realizing it, each of us has been slowly moved into our own personal information silo. Inside our silo, we are fed a very specific diet of information, entertainment, and opinions. And we don't even build the silo ourselves. Not really. It's built for us, day by day, by a quiet and invisible helper that lives in our phones and computers. This helper is often called an algorithm. You can think of it like a very eager assistant whose only job is to learn what you like and then bring you more of it. It pays close attention. Did you pause for 3 extra seconds on a video of someone making a beautiful cake? The assistant makes a note. Ah, they love cakes. And it rushes off to find you more cake videos. Did you click on an article about a problem in your city? The assistant thinks, okay, this is what they care about, and it begins to fill your world with more stories about that problem. This assistant isn't bad or mean. Its goal is just to keep you engaged, to show you things it thinks you want to see. And it's very, very good at its job. The result is that our online world becomes incredibly personalized, a comfortable tunnel of information built just for us. It feels good in there. We feel understood, we see things that confirm what we already believe, and we meet other people who seem to believe the same things. It can feel like we've found our place, our people. Let's imagine a family in their living room to see what's happening inside each of their silos. Maybe one parent is watching videos about a political issue they care deeply about. Their silo is filled with stories, commentators, and news clips that all say the same thing. The world is a scary place, and your side is the only one that sees it clearly. Next to them, the other parent might be deep inside a hobby group for restoring old furniture. Their silo is a peaceful, beautiful world of before and after pictures, tips on sandpaper, and friendly encouragement from people who share their passion. For them, the online world feels creative and collaborative. One of the kids is scrolling through an endless stream of funny videos and memes. Her silo is a fast-moving river of inside jokes, trending sounds, and challenges that will be completely different by tomorrow. It's a world that requires you to be constantly connected just to keep up. And her brother is watching a gamer play through a very complex video game. His silo is a world of strategies, skill, and intense focus, shared with a global community of players who speak a language of tactics and goals that would be meaningless to anyone outside of it. 4 people, 4 screens, 4 completely separate worlds. Each world feels complete to the person inside it. The problem is, when we're each living in our own silo, we can't see what's happening in anyone else's. We're unaware that their world is being built by a totally different set of rules. This is creating a strange and growing distance between us, even when we're physically close. Not so long ago, we used to share a lot more of the same information. Many of us watched the same news broadcast in the evening. We heard the same theme music, saw the same newscaster, and heard about the same handful of national and world events. We read the same local newspaper, spread out on the kitchen table. Even if we just read the comics or the sports section, we were all holding the same object, seeing the same headlines. This created a baseline of shared reality, a common ground we could all stand on, even if we disagreed about what should be done. We had a shared set of facts, a public square where we could all gather. Now, that common ground is shrinking. We don't have one big public square anymore. We have millions of tiny private courtyards, each one perfectly decorated to our own tastes. And when we finally put our phones down to talk to each other, we're not just coming from different points of view, we're emerging from entirely different realities. We have different facts, different worries, different sources of joy, and often very different heroes and villains. This can make real conversation feel incredibly difficult, like we're shouting at each other across a growing canyon. Think about a simple conversation about food. Maybe your silo has shown you dozens of videos from doctors and health experts who say that a certain kind of cooking oil is terrible for your health. Your world is full of evidence for this. But your friend's silo is full of famous chefs and food bloggers who use that exact same oil in their beautiful recipes. For them, it's a source of flavor and culture. So when you say, you shouldn't eat that, it's so unhealthy, it doesn't land as a helpful tip. It lands as a bizarre and judgmental attack. And their defense of the oil seems totally baffling to you. You're not really arguing about oil. You're arguing from two separate, silo-built truths. This can be painful. It can make us feel like the people we love are changing, or that we just can't understand them anymore. We can't see why they don't see things the way we do, because we've forgotten a fundamental truth. They literally are not seeing the same things. Their screen has been showing them a different world all day long. So, what do we do? Becoming aware of this doesn't mean we have to give up our phones or abandon our favorite corners of the internet. It's not about blame for ourselves or for others. It's about seeing the whole picture more clearly. It's about becoming a gentle detective of our own online life. We can start by just noticing. We can ask ourselves, what kind of grain is in my silo today? Is my phone showing me a world that is funny and light? Or is it showing me a world that is anxious and full of conflict? Just noticing this helps break the spell. And when it comes to connecting with the people we care about, it's about remembering that the person sitting across from you has been living in a different world all day, inside a different silo. Maybe that simple awareness helps us ask better questions. Maybe it helps us lead with curiosity instead of judgment. Instead of just asking, "How was your day?" which can feel a little too big to answer, we could try asking something more specific, something that acknowledges these separate worlds. We could ask, "What did you see in your world today?" Or, "Tell me one interesting thing you came across online." It's a small shift, but it's an invitation. It's a way of saying, "I know you were somewhere else, and I'm curious about it. Show me the view from your window." It's an offer to step out of our own silo, just for a moment, and build a little bridge across the quiet distance. It doesn't mean we'll always agree, but it means we're still trying to see the same world, together. I'm Luma, from This Online Life. Thanks for listening.